Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling Podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with the whole gang. Justin.
Hey.
Joe.
Yo.
John.
Hey everybody.
It's been a couple weeks, but that's all right.
Welcome back.
Well, I should say it's been a couple weeks since we were full swing.
Yes.
We had
interviews going on.
We had a busy couple months.
Got the band back together.
November was a busy month. We had Outbreak and then we had CCW. Both of which I was a part of some interviews that meant a lot to me. So thank you to Ryan and Antonio, Rob and BJ Walker. The Hamburg Fieldhouse is historic. And CCW, the Eagles Hall in Lebanon, I've been going there since I was a kid. So both of those interviews were special to me. And I was also away for a little bit. So hopefully back into the swing of things as 2022 is ending.
It truly is his podcast because we can't do it without him.
2023 is shaping up to be a busy year for us for wrestling in central Pennsylvania. A ton of events coming up next year. So we'll talk about that later. Full Gear. I thought it was... You said before...
Like a month ago now.
Yeah. You said before that it wasn't really that interesting when you looked at like the hype around it.
No, but I seem to feel that way about every AEW pay-per-view until the day of.
Yeah.
Just looking at the card usually doesn't get me excited anymore. Even like Moxley versus MJF, we pretty much knew the outcome. We didn't know how, even though it was pretty predicted how that was going to go down. We didn't call the next 2 weeks of how that went down. That was much different. A lot of speculation around that we'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, I think Full Gear was good. It wasn't their best pay-per-view. Luckily, no big fallout coming from it. They're finally steering. I think this is actually the best direction AEW has taken. I see 2023, looking at last night, on Dynamite this week, we saw open with the Diamond Ring Battle Royal, which
MJF wasn't a part of for the first time in 4 years.
No, he's always a part. No, he was only a part of the first one. He then wins, so he has to defend his ring to the winner.
Oh,
that's how it is.
Yeah, okay.
So he has won. So he has won. He won the first Battle Royal, and then he has beaten whoever wins every time.
Because I saw it was 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Yeah.
It all had MJF.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It is you win the Battle Royal, and then you face the holder of the ring. So the ring is actually a championship, essentially. That gets defended once a year.
And I'm excited for Starks and MJF.
That promo battle last night, I know I would get hate for this because it's comparing something they're not to that caliber. But it was like seeing 1998 Rock promo battle 86 Ric Flair. It was phenomenal. It was two guys bringing their fucking heat, giving everything they had to entertain the crowd. Because they were good, and that crowd was on fire for it, for just a promo. The match, I don't know how well their styles are going to work together. Hopefully, they come out the gate fighting.
I think this will
Ricky
help.
Starks won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I think this will help Starks because I don't know. I feel like the general AEW fan base isn't too high on Starks overall.
He's been growing popular.
Dallas or Austin, wherever they were. Where were they last night?
Austin. Yeah.
Tell that to Austin because they were fucking hot for him. The moment he came out, that crowd popped.
I think this, with the addition of him leaving Team Taz, like him leaving Taz was the first step.
I think him being the guy for Team Taz was the first step. That promo that he cut, the necktie promo, is what I'm going to call it. That's the one that made me go, this guy gets it. Like, he gets wrestling. And I go back probably a year ago. I was critical of him. I didn't think he had anything. Thought he was boring.
Yeah.
Nothing to offer.
Nothing special
And
about
I
him.
grew with it. I started seeing what he could actually do. I think he maybe got the reins taken off of him a little, let him go a little wild and free, and now we're seeing it.
He still has a migraine, but
He does still have a migraine.
MJF is that heel champion that you need. I think he'll be that modern day Triple H Evolution champion.
Yeah.
Who's going to be like the chaser?
Ricky Starks.
That's just for the ring, though. That's not for the belt, is it?
No, he also
it's
has
for
a belt.
Oh.
He has an opportunity twice at MJF.
Oh.
He has the ring and the belt because he won the title tournament. I forget what it was called. Yeah,
The
the
Eliminator,
Eliminator.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think MJF is also. I think this is his time to show that it's me and these other young guys, not these former WWE guys.
That's what I'm saying. I think 2023 is going to finally go in the direction of what AEW should be focusing on. Thank you to the Jerichos and the Stings and the Moxleys for getting us there. Now it's time
gotta be your
to
homegrown
introduce
guys.
you. Hey, thanks for watching Chris Jericho in the main event, but see that fucking Darby Allin kid? That was pretty cool, right? You know? Those scissors guys, those guys were really over, you know? That's
all
what
the people
draws
that
you.
we like are AEW guys. We all like MJF. We like Orange.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I like Moxley and stuff too.
Oh,
don't
yeah,
get
so
me
do I.
wrong,
I'm saying,
yeah.
if I had to list my top 5 favorites, they'd probably
But
all be homegrown guys.
They did what TNA did.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So, hey, look at who we have. We have Kurt Angle. Who's that guy who's in the ring? Oh shit, that guy's pretty intense. What's his name? Oh, Joe. Samoa Joe. Yeah, that guy's pretty cool.
Oh, this AJ Styles guy.
Yeah.
He's
Look at the shit he does.
No, I get that's what you do.
Yeah.
Same thing
Like
that
you said,
they're
you're
doing.
flipping through the channels. Went, oh, I know Kurt Angle. I know what's this. I'll watch this.
Yeah.
Same thing. I think they're going the same direction with ROH. Jericho as
I
their
don't think there's a
champion.
direction with ROH. Fuck Jericho's champion.
But if they're trying to get a network deal for ROH, Jericho is the guy.
Who's worse, Jericho or Tyrus as a champ?
Yeah, go ahead. Go. Talk about
Worse?
NWA. Talk about NWA.
I haven't watched it. That's the thing. You know what? I get that people are like, oh, Tyrus is on Fox News. Is anybody that watches Fox News watching wrestling?
No.
Or vice versa?
Yeah. So what
I mean, we're
eyes are
wrestling
you
fans,
getting on the
and I
product?
don't watch Fox News.
But here's the thing. Who the fuck was watching before? So you might as well put it on Tyrus because other than people on the internet telling me Tyrus is the champion, I don't fucking know who the champion is.
Like, Trevor Murdoch was all right.
But it still didn't make me watch a
No.
fucking... The last NWA champion I watched was Nick Aldis, who, if we're going to get into fucking Rumble predictions, that's my fucking guy. Bring him back, or not back, bring him in and fucking push him to the moon. When Cody Rhodes shows up, Nick Aldis comes out right after him and fucking go to town on each other. And bring that fucking 10 pounds of gold shit back.
Well, and
Get
that's
Cody off.
Can you imagine it? Here we are. We did this shit for the NWA belt. What's the other fucking belt that your dad had? It's Big Gold. Let's do that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Let's bring back Big Gold and let Cody and Nick Aldis do the whole 10 pounds of gold from 5 years ago, whatever that was. Do that shit again on a bigger stage.
Well, I think the thing that also
Oh,
hurt
and
NWA.
and hold on, sorry. Maybe Nick Aldis could have a nice little mouthpiece villain as his manager now that he is under contract with WWE starting in January. Wouldn't that be something?
They're both
Yeah.
British, I think, aren't they?
Yes, that is what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
yep. I knew what you were getting at. But the other thing that
Bring
hurts
over Doug Williams.
NWA is they used to their show used to be free on YouTube. Now they charge for it. So
Oh,
some
really?
People aren't going to pay for it.
Who
It's
the
not
fuck
much.
is gonna pay for that?
It's like $5
NWA
or
Power is the
something.
same NWA.
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember when I was a kid, there was like Wild Side, there was NWA, there was a million
Yeah.
of them.
To be honest, $5 for either NWA or GCW. I'm going GCW.
Yeah, but that's per show. GCW is a month,
Oh, is it?
and you get a lot more.
Wow.
In fact,
No,
you might
it's
get
for a
NWA.
month. It's for a month.
But you also might. I think NWA is on Fight TV.
It might
Yeah, but
be,
you're not
I'm
getting
sure.
like Ric Flair, Harley Race NWA footage, right? Because Vince owns that.
Yeah.
You're
it's
getting
just- yeah.
as far back as
There's a lot of wrestling on Fight TV, Fight Plus, whatever it's called. I paid for it. I got my free trial, and I kept it because it's pretty good.
We need to go
Yeah,
to
it's
a
only
GCW
what,
show.
like $5 or something, $10
Yep.
for the month. But
Sorry, I'm going to try not to cough, but
I saw
still getting
something
over a
today
cold.
too that said Jake Roberts said MJF is what Roddy Piper could have been had Vince put the belt on Roddy in his heyday.
Oh, I mean that's
That
probably
heel
'cause
champion that's
last
great
night
on the mic.
Ricky Starks called him a fourth-rate or fifth-rate.
Yeah.
Roddy
Fifth-rate
Piper.
Roddy Piper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but to his credit, he kind of also rolled with that rock thing because MJF called him the Pebble.
Yeah, he said the Rudy Poo candy ass, and like you might as well steal that part too because you steal all the rest of the shit. Which Eli Drake does it way better. So
Eli Drake sounds like The Rock.
He does.
when he talks. Yeah.
yeah,
Sounds like Stone Cold.
Dummy.
when he does that, he does the Stone Cold. Yeah, yeah,
I love that. yeah.
that is funny.
But AEW Full Gear was, there's still people complaining, oh, it's so long. It's every 3 months, though. Like, they build for the pay-per-view for this massive...
It's not late if you're on the West Coast.
Like,
I hung in till the very end. I missed the end.
It's not like WrestleMania was 4 years ago, where it literally started at 4 p.m. and went till midnight. It starts at 8 o'clock, goes till midnight. It's 4 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
And WWE is like 3 hours, so yeah.
Well, now it's 2 nights of 3 hours.
Yeah,
Well,
but he's just saying regular
in
like
general.
Survivor Series.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what's
yeah.
the match qualities? I don't think the WWE match qualities are
No.
what you get because you're not like you could not watch all of the Survivor Series pay-per-view and be okay with it. But if you're going to want to watch all of Full Gear or any AEW pay-per-view because you don't want to miss, any of these matches could be the match of the night.
Yeah.
But with the WWE pay-per-view, which match is going to be good and which match is going to kind of be
We all
out
said
there.
Finn and AJ would be the match of the night.
Yeah.
And I said I wish Ronda went last because I would have turned it off.
Should have took it off, made that a SmackDown.
Ronda and
Was it that
Shotzi
bad?
was a
I didn't
shit
watch
show.
it. I have lost interest in WWE. They had me for like 5 weeks, and something happened. I don't know.
So War Games. Also, Triple H for War Games tweeted out tonight wouldn't be the same without, and he showed like a 20-second clip of Regal just saying War Games.
Yeah.
This was while he was still under contract, but Tony Khan's not too flustered about it.
I don't think they care.
But
it's what Bruce always said. This, and the stories that we hear are not truthful to this. But Bruce says Vince's thought was, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. But that doesn't sound right because there's so many people who asked for their releases and then got forced to do shit. So it's not true. It seems like Tony is keeping that. Like, look, if you don't want to be here, then go. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still obviously some contract obligations and restrictions, but like with the Regal thing, you can go. Just make us, help this storyline. Don't show your face.
It's the respectful thing to do.
Well, and he had an out in his contract, I guess.
No, not as far as Tony said. So he had a contract until January. He's under contract till January 1st. This is what Tony Khan said on I guess
the media
restricted, or a media call or whatever it is for ROH. He's under contract till January. He asked for his release of his contract. His stating that his reason is that his son is there and he wants to be there to help train his son. So they let him out with the caveat of you keep our storyline safe by not showing up on TV for the rest of 2022, which is just a month, really.
Yeah.
Well, his son is in NXT,
I assume he's
Performance Center?
Yeah, he's just at the PC.
so he's not on TV yet.
But let's talk about PC. See who's back? Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
She had a tryout. So
did somebody else.
Yeah. Casey something, but also they say there was more guys, but I could only see Vincent. Vincent, not Virgil.
Vincent and his partner were in the crowd.
I didn't see that in the picture. I only could say because
I don't know
Vincent
who those
is
guys
very-
are, but I did see.
He's
hear
from
about
ROH, and TNA. I think he was in TNA also. There's obviously thought that he's going to be part of Bray's group, and whatever.
There's been talks about that since Bray came back because they thought Vincent would be.
Do something with Bray. I'm so tired of this.
I see that's lost interest.
All that hype of him coming back is
too
just
much.
gone.
Too much. I'm losing interest.
I think Bray's mind is just everywhere and it's losing him. Like,
Ooh, but that's the point.
yeah. Well, I guess he's supposed to be in a storyline with Eli Drake,
Yeah,
but
LA Knight.
did he actually get hurt though? I thought that was they were supposed to have a match at Survivor Series or something, and
I don't know.
LA Knight's hurt. Whatever. They're still doing that thing with Alexa too.
Yeah, so Alexa did she do it or went to do Sister Abigail?
Yeah, she wanted to do it.
On Raw.
Yeah.
Here's a picture I saw. I know you can't see him.
Yeah, I can only tell that that's definitely Vincent.
Yeah, Dutch and Vincent.
I can't tell that that's him, but
when they showed her in the back, that thing on the screen flashed.
Yeah. So, also, I guess Umaga's son.
Yes.
Is at the PC.
No, he's not at the PC. He's starting training somewhere else. Not at.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Reality of Wrestling?
Booker T's promotion.
Yeah, it's at Reality.
Well, Solo Sequoia is doing his move.
Yeah, so he's going to stop that.
Yeah. So, Wargames. Survivor Series.
You're not going to point out that that's also where the Usos were trained? And I don't know where Solo was trained, but...
Apparently, nobody in that family really knows Solo. He's like the forgotten... Roman hasn't seen him when he was on the main roster.
I heard something about that.
That's because there's like 10 million Samoans in wrestling.
Yeah, there's a pretty cool picture going around the internet right now of like Afa, Quiche, Sam, and maybe Tonga Kid, I think. But there's like in a backyard somewhere. Like
I seen that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool picture. Yeah.
Wow.
So Wargames was, I mean, we kind of could guess what the good matches were going to be.
A lot of botches in the women's, right?
Yeah, so Ronda and Shotzi was worst of the night by far. And on her stream, Ronda even said, people are saying, oh, I should be fired, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, Shotzi did a move where it was a springboard DDT to the outside or something. They didn't practice it. They didn't have a chance to practice it. And that was one of the big botches. But she was told to, put your hand here, make sure she's safe. So when that spot was happening, it was just safe, safe, safe. Mm-hmm. And she cluttered her mind with it and forgot. Look, I don't like Ronda.
I don't care either way.
I think Shayna is by far better than Ronda in terms of like MMA wrestling, like adjustment.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean...
But Shayna's been doing it full time for how many years? Ronda,
that's true.
Did it for a year, went away for 2 years.
Yeah. She got to get like really trained to be a wrestler.
I don't think Shotzi is great, but she's not bad.
She's super green. She should probably still be in NXT.
That's just her hair.
Ronda didn't help her.
Yeah, she's only on got called up because her character is very cool and over
with the tank and stuff. Yeah,
not only that, but the whole like the gothic tattooed alt life.
Yeah,
that is very popular right now.
The hair, like you said. Yeah.
So that's why she got. Hey, we need somebody like that on our TV.
Yeah, the young kids will like it, but she's not ready.
So it opened with the women's War Games, which to me was the better of the two matches. Because of wrestling.
I saw so many botches on Botchamania about the women's match.
In my opinion, the wrestling in the women's War Games was better. The men's told more of a story.
I'm not watching War Games for wrestling.
Yeah, you don't watch
It's
War Games.
supposed to be a car crash.
Did anybody bleed?
Not the women's.
Or
the men, I don't think. Oh.
It's bullshit.
How do you have a War
Games? But the men's was more of a story. The women's was like... an actual like War Games match.
I love that Sami Zayn stuff was awesome. That's the best thing in wrestling.
You didn't know if he was going to go with Kevin Owens or...
He is by far the best thing in wrestling.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But there was like you said, botches. Like Alexa going to the ring, she had to hold up because they had a cable in her way, and she had to lift it up over her head. And
I saw Mia Yim had to throw a trash can like 3 times to get into the ring. Io went to do the fucking handstand and fucking botched the handstand drop kick in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Roman was pissed with Owens.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
He just potatoed him.
Hey, so what? Shit happens. It's not ballet.
So hit him back.
Yeah, fucking receipt that shit.
But that Sammy, so the men's War Game
Owens would have been okay. I deserve that. Good.
Yeah,
the men's War Game was mostly about Sammy. That's like
build up for the story.
So Sammy and Kevin Owens.
SmackDown is mostly about Sammy.
It's true.
I mean, Sammy got over the word Usi. They have T-shirts now. Everyone's shouting Usi.
Yeah, it was good.
They're calling him Sammy Uso.
It was funny.
It's great.
During that match, that whole conflict with him and Jimmy, or Jay,
one of them.
Jay.
I think it's
Jay.
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 Jay was the one that feuded with Roman for a while.
And Jay's the one who doesn't trust.
Yeah, Jay's the
Didn't-
short hair.
didn't.
Didn't trust.
Jimmy's
So,
the red hair. Yeah.
Owens and Zayn were standing off, and the crowd.
Do they do the hockey fight?
I don't think they
No.
fought at all.
Oh, really?
I think
Yeah.
they were always looking at each other, and someone would jump in the middle and break them up. They never fought. I
So
don't think.
one of the Usos went to kick Owens. Owens caught their leg, and Sammy low blowed him. And then Uso did the splash. 1, 2, 3.
Jay went to super kick. Owens blocked it. Sammy low blow, haluba kick. Let Jay do the splash and get the win.
Yeah, like,
Thank you for using pronouns.
he offered
yeah.
up Kevin as a sacrifice.
And then after that match, obviously Jay trusted Sammy. They hugged it out. That got a big pop. Mm-hmm. So now the word of rumor is Solo is the outsider. Whether he turns or they turn.
Have you guys all heard the? I know we're off topic, but have you guys all heard the Rock wins the Rumble rumor?
God,
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't even want
He's
him
gonna
to
come
win
back
the
30,
titles.
wrestle for 5 minutes and win. The shit Punk was pissed about when he was there.
I mean, I'm okay with him going to WrestleMania
but not
for
winning.
Roman, not for a belt.
Not winning.
Him winning the Rumble does nothing for him. What does he need it?
So,
Yeah, and
If
he
you-
can't be the one that takes it off Roman.
like, we all think Rock and Roman make sense at Mania because of the head of the table.
Yes.
That's great.
But don't
Not
have
for a
Rock.
belt.
Yeah, don't have Rock win. Have Roman win and be the passing of the torch.
Or give him one more year and do the Rock Cena 1 year build. Roman loses his belts at WrestleMania.
The once in a
Comes
lifetime.
out. Yeah. Comes out Monday talking some shit. Rock tells him to quit his bitching. And he'll see you at Mania.
Disrespect my family. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rock
That's
can't
not
commit.
what we do. That's not how Samoans act. We don't cry about it. We lick our wounds. We get up. We fight another day.
You can't give it to Rock because he can't wrestle full time and defend
No,
it.
and why would you want him to be champion?
Even
Even like
when-
Goldberg.
Then who takes it off of Rock?
Even when him and Punk had that thing, he couldn't wrestle full time.
No.
Well, he won it at Rumble, didn't he?
Lost
Lose it
it.
at Mania,
And, yeah.
and didn't wrestle once in between.
Yeah.
He was off TV.
They did. Didn't he wrestle?
Oh, he had a
didn't
tag match,
Did
didn't
he
he?
have a tag match? Or was that not in between that? No, because that was at Survivor Series, so it couldn't have been that.
Yeah, that was him and Cena, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
him
Miz and
Cena
R-Truth
versus
or
Miz and
something.
R-Truth, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the other rumor is him defending each belt on each night too. So I mean, who knows?
I don't know.
Justin, I think you mentioned this, but the best way
The
to
ladder
get
match?
yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
So if you have, let's say, Cody and Roman in a ladder match at Mania, right? Both belts are up there because it's
them down
for
at
the
the same
undisputed blue universal world WWE whatever.
Pull them down at the same time.
So they both go up. Yeah, one grabs one. Roman grabs the universal because he's been the
And
longest
actually,
universal.
you missed the part. I would make it out a triple threat.
Had Seth.
Roman, it doesn't matter who. I'm not even saying it should be Cody. I'm just saying you have a ladder match with 3 guys for the belt. 2 of them that are not Roman Reigns come down with that belt. Roman Reigns doesn't lose, doesn't get pinned. And you've got 2 new champions to go on opposite directions with. Roman Reigns didn't lose.
And then as a heel, Roman could still say, "I'm undefeated."
Yeah,
no one's pinned me.
nobody's pinned me. Yeah.
Well, and
in
Roman wants a
2000
lighter
days.
schedule anyway, apparently. So.
He already does part time.
Yeah.
and then for Mania, you
But he
could
still travels though.
You-
Like, he's still there.
Yeah, he's just not on TV. But
you could have The Rock come out at Mania and cost Roman the belt, and then like you said,
Yeah,
build
then
that
that's
for next
heel.
year's Mania.
That's heel though. Then Rock's not going to be able to cost him a title match. It doesn't make sense because then that turns Roman face.
it doesn't fit Rock's character.
Yeah.
He has to come out and just be like, "I challenge you."
Because Roman's representing my family right now. Why would I want to cost him?
Like the Rock and Cena thing made sense because Cena was the baby face.
They were both
winners.
Yeah.
The people that hated Cena loved Rock. People that loved Cena hated Rock. It was perfect because the kids that love Cena don't know who the fuck the Rock is, except
Yeah.
for Fast and Furious and Tooth Fairy.
He's the actor.
Yeah.
Who do you think makes the most sense winning the Rumble?
Logan Paul. No, Cody probably, or Sammy.
I mean,
I would
Sammy.
pop.
So I saw this thing. I might have sent it to the group.
I don't know.
So Sammy wins the Rumble or something.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Sammy wins the Rumble, beats Roman, loses it at the next pay-per-view in a I Quit match, whatever. El Generico pops up.
That's not gonna happen.
They don't own that, do they?
He's way too busy teaching orphans in Mexico. He's got a full schedule, man. He can't be doing that shit. Do you think The Rock's schedule is busy? Think about El Generico's schedule. He's got all of the orphans of Mexico to teach.
But man,
He's like
I
Santa
think-
Claus. He visits every orphan every day to teach them uno, dos, tres.
I think the road they're on is Owens is going to be next for Roman. And Roman's going to have him like that submission move or something, and Owens won't give up.
Well, they already did an I Quit match, didn't they?
Yeah, but they'll do another one.
Oh, I hope not.
And then Sammy has to like, Roman, let him go. Like, you're hurting him. And then like that, like he has to decide. Like Owen did, throw in the towel and save him.
I don't like that only because they just did it. They just did Balor and Edge with Say I Quit or we smash your
With Beth
wife's
Phoenix.
skull in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could do a slow build if you do it like next year.
Well, the
Let Sammy have to decide who he's loyal to, you know.
Well, I told you the rumor is that Sammy's supposed to turn on him, and then it's supposed to be Sammy and KO versus the Usos for the tag belts at Mania.
I don't even know if that's not a big enough payoff.
No,
Sami
I would
Zayn has
rather
to win the
have
belt at
Sammy
this
go
point.
for that.
Yeah, Sami
That's
Zayn
what
has
I
to win
said
the
too.
belt.
Gotta elevate him.
This has got to be his fucking moment.
What I said to
He
you
went
the other
from
day.
working Johnny Knoxville, which I
He
think
loved.
because he did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
This is what got that little pat on the back. Hey, go get him, kid.
He carried that match because
Well,
obviously
of course.
Knoxville can't.
Well, I said to you the other day at work. I said, Sammy is like RVD. He was super hot, so you got to capitalize on it. Why he's super hot? Don't fucking drag your feet like you did with RVD.
and then he got super
And the fans
high.
don't care. Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen with Sammy.
Same
But-
that's the same about Matt Hardy when he came back. The whole Edge Lita thing, that everyone was talking about it, and then they didn't give him the belt.
Yeah, well, why would you? It's
I mean,
Matt
even
Hardy.
for like a week, let him take it off Edge.
Good for Owens and Zayn though. I mean, they both re-signed. They're getting, the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah, because these are two guys who could have easily gone anywhere they want.
Yeah, I mean ROH was still a thing at the time.
Now that's where you would have saw El Generico.
And like Justin has said, everyone likes to work with their best friend because you know he's going to protect you and make you look good.
I think Owens wrestled that match hurt as well.
It's from what was rumored, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to believe anymore. I fucking hate the internet. I really don't like it at all.
I mean
Not the internet,
Owens didn't do a
it's
lot.
wrestling fans on the internet.
You don't do a lot in war games. It's a fucking boring match. Like it
It's
really,
punches
really
and kicks,
is.
and yeah.
And sometimes some guy tries to decapitate you with a power bomb because they don't know how high the cage is. But this one didn't have a ceiling, right?
No.
So yeah, it's not the same. Because the fucking ceiling's 7 foot tall and this guy's 7 foot tall, so there's not a lot of fucking room to move. Dick.
AJ and Balor was what it should have been. It was just, hey, you two, 20 minutes, go out there.
Came out with his Bullet Club mask.
Did them two ever cross paths in New Japan
Yes, the last night that Balor was there. Well, Devitt was
when he
there.
got kicked out of?
Yes.
I think AJ and Finn was what AJ and Shin
But
should have been.
They had a good match.
At Mania?
Yeah. It was just the finish that sucked because of the no
It was a
speak
short
English.
match. It was,
In the crotch
fucking crotch
shot or
shot.
whatever. Yeah.
But the thing with them two was Balor's story was, as long as I'm in New Japan and part of the Bullet Club, I'm never going to be world heavyweight champion. He was always the junior champion. When AJ came, he went right to heavyweight. So he went right to Okada. So that was kind of the AJ's taking over and doing what you couldn't do.
Why couldn't Finn go for the belt?
No, he just never, not physically couldn't. Like storyline, he could never get to that point. He was never good enough to get there.
is it like a ranking?
Yes,
So I know, do you have to be junior heavyweight in order to go to heavyweight?
I
or-
don't think so.
No.
No.
I know New Japan has a weird, they have junior tag as well.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of Like, I don't even know what like open the gate means.
It translates when you speak Japanese.
The never open weight champion.
Yeah, it translates. It doesn't translate to us because we don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, so I mean,
Which, speaking of Japan, Kenny and Osprey,
Yeah, what do we got? January 5th or something like that for that?
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
did Carl Anderson lose the belt? Was he supposed to drop it?
He's
He's going to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, he still hasn't done it yet.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah. So they wanted him to go to the show the same night as the Saudi show, but I guess there was some sort of miscommunication or bad blood or something. So then Wrestle Kingdom, I guess, is going to be when he's dropping it, or he might keep it.
You never know.
I heard Graves call him Machine Gun though on Raw. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but he said Machine Gun Carl Anderson. And I was like, I must have slipped out.
Why can't he say machine gun?
They've never called him that when he was in WWE.
I think they said Bullet Club at one point too.
Yes,
Yeah,
Corey
they've been
Graves
mentioning
said
stuff.
Bullet Club.
But
Yes.
they've never called him Machine Gun. I'm not saying they can't. They say they never have.
That is outside of WWE to even say the word gun.
Yeah, you don't say gun. So
Yeah,
I don't know if Corey Graves slipped or if he,
And the Bullet Club thing threw me off because
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
never
they've
said
always
they-
been the club.
But
or it's
Triple
like when
H
they
is-
wrestled overseas. I'll say that like wrestled in Japan.
Yeah.
Triple H is smarter though.
Triple H is a little more open to the guys saying stuff too. 'Cause
It's
you know, his
wrestling,
fans know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We
not
don't have our
dumb.
own universe, although, as I was saying that, they do have their own universe.
Vince assumed like him, no one watches anything but WWE.
Yeah. And that's fine. But, like, so if people don't, if, let's just say 85% of your audience doesn't watch that, why not let them in and give them information? And if they don't give a fuck, then they don't give a fuck. But then the other 15% who do know that and are a little more wise to what's going on, make them a little fucking happy by going, wow, I'm really glad they fucking mentioned that. Yeah. Or maybe, hey, I was a really big fan of, like, you know, New Japan back in 2010, but I haven't really watched in a long time. Oh shit, this guy was in Bullet Club too? You know,
And you can promote Carl Anderson. Hey, he's the New Japan Pro Wrestling never open weight
I
champion.
really do. I would love to see that belt.
Yeah, he
on
never brings
TV.
it out with him in WWE.
It would be awesome.
He'll be defending it at Wrestle Kingdom against so and so.
Yeah.
That could open up your doors,
there's
your
no-
forbidden doors.
No way that Triple H thinks they're a competition.
They're not.
There's no way
at
he's like,
all.
We can barely get it here.
Everyone's going to click over to watch that and stop watching us. That's never going to happen.
I was surprised with the Mickey James thing though. The
Yeah.
Vince McMahon Impact.
Yeah, they're
Women's
Vince,
champion,
Vince
whatever.
did that. Yeah.
I was surprised about that.
And she came out with a belt. I'm surprised she came out with a belt. I would have thought they could have mentioned it, but not have the belt. But
Hey, you never say never anymore,
There's-
right?
So
you know, Vince could probably buy that company
Well,
like 10 times over.
Which company?
Impact,
Oh,
I'm sure.
okay.
Yeah.
I was saying not New Japan.
No, Impact. He's buy that.
Oh, speaking of Vince, did you guys see Vice TV?
Yes.
Next Tuesday
yes,
is having a documentary on Vince McMahon.
I know. I didn't see that.
Yes,
Cool.
it's like 2 hours.
His whole career, or just this recent
All the
allegations?
scandals.
It's a
and,
dark side of the
it's
ring type
All
thing.
of the ways. I think it's called like the 9 Lives of Vince McMahon. So it's going to talk about all the ways back from the steroid trial. You know, everything he's done to still stay relevant.
Monday
through
Night
all
Wars,
of
yeah.
these
I need to
years.
see that. Yeah.
I am very excited to see
Yeah.
that.
And with go ahead.
But what I was going to say too is, you know, yeah, okay, sometimes you can't always see, but remember in Japan and here, there's magazines and stuff that cover other companies and
Yeah.
stuff. So you could have heard of guys just from picking up a magazine.
I mean the PWI.
Yeah, why not? Like WCW used to do that.
Like I never really
Hulk
knew about
Hogan's
Okada until PWI.
You know, why not? What is it really going to hurt you? They don't even have a WWE magazine, right? So why not,
Not
say
anymore.
Seth or who's the
Roman.
Roman Reigns, #1 PWI ranking by Bill Apter. Is that Apter?
It's an after rag.
Okay.
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, sometimes I forget who's who.
But I think the PWI is one of the how I found out about Kenny.
Yeah, and that's voted on by fans.
There's like a
Like win-loss records and
it's win-loss record, TV time, popularity.
Oh, okay.
But there's like 10 people that are like a board that sort of
Okay,
vote.
so it's not. I was gonna say thank you fans. You know, you could thank the fans for voting, but it's not the fans.
In Japan, they cover it like a real sport. It's in like their newspapers over there. Wrestling.
They tried that
And they
on
give their
ESPN back in the 2000s,
results and stuff like
90s. It
See,
didn't-
you can't compare Japan to America because it is completely different over there. They treat
It
it,
is.
different than we do.
Yeah.
Like, just they sit there quietly.
Yep. Well, they used to. It's different now. It is different now. Yeah.
In
It used to be like
70s
you got a
and
golf
80s,
clap
yeah.
at the end, like yay,
No,
that was it.
That was like Giant Baba days.
Like
Now-
in
now
England,
it's a little
in
different.
England, it's like a gentleman's sport. Like it's different.
World of Sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are back. Came
who
out to
cares?
carry on My Wayward
cares?
Son.
What is that best of 7 at?
Oh, God, 42.
2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 death triangle.
Fucking cares.
So, they came out to carry on My Wayward Son, and that was a knock to Punk. Then,
Who cares?
then they proceeded to do Punk's moves.
No, they only did one of Punk's moves.
Kenny did the GTS,
Yeah.
and Matt did the buckshot. flop.
Buckshot and flopped it, and Kenny bit Pac's arm. So fucking dumb. So childish.
But I'm excited to see Kenny and Will Ospreay in a New Japan ring.
Excited for Osprey. I'm done with it now.
Kenny looked juiced up too.
He does.
Looks so great.
He does. But who cares? I want my wrestlers on steroids. I miss steroids.
Speaking of steroids, you see a fucking
Liver King?
who's the Fear Factor guy?
Oh, Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan said The Rock needs to admit that he's on the roids.
Sure. Why not? So are like fucking 30,000 other actors.
So is Joe Rogan probably.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, who cares if he's on roids? Look, if done right, we'll fucking spend 20 minutes talking about this. If done correctly, as long as you are not in an actual competition sport, steroids should be perfectly fine. If you're doing it for, to look good for an acting role, like The Rock probably does, and every other, I'm sure Bruce Willis did it. I'm sure fucking Jason Statham
Arnold
and Vin
Schwarzenegger,
Diesel.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot about those guys.
Well, back in my day,
I was talking about now, but I don't really know any other action stars now because Rock just gets all the roles. So I don't know, Denzel Washington. He's probably on roids too. Who gives a fuck? Even in wrestling, they're not really competing. Okay, you love to play these games of, well, it's not a real sport. Okay, then let them fucking take steroids. Well, it's not fair. Why? It's not a real sport.
What unfair advantage are they getting? You
They're
already know who's
not
going to win.
They're not getting any unfair advantage. I don't give a fuck about steroids in wrestling. I don't care. Do it fucking safely and don't go overboard like fucking Dynamite Kid or something who roids himself to death, or Warlord, who, how the fuck is he still alive? But
Or Scott Steiner, who showed up like
yeah, he can't even bend his fucking legs now when you see him at these things. But
Yeah.
that's also other stuff. But there are safe ways to do it, and there's other things besides just injecting yourself. There are pills you could take. There's a lot of things. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Who cares? Hulk Hogan did steroids. Oh well, he looked fucking cool. He looked like a hot dog about to burst. Okay, he looked cool.
he turned heads at airports.
And then when people don't do steroids, you got Bret Hart. He was a pale little Canadian. Boring fucking pale Canadian.
And everyone thinks you have to be like jacked up to be on steroids. You could be
No.
Dolph Ziggler and be on steroids.
Yeah, of course. And steroids don't just make you big.
You don't have
You
to-
can't just like sit around eating fucking McDonald's all day, watching YouTube.
Take some steroids.
and take some steroids and you're jacked.
And now you look like Brian
It
Cage.
just gives you the enzymes and energy and shit to get through a workout.
use
So
the-
does a fucking energy drink.
I use it to help heal
Yeah,
things. too.
recover muscle, so it's faster muscle recovery. This isn't a fucking we like steroids podcast, but like I'm just saying, I don't give a shit about
But essentially,
steroids
that's
in
because
wrestling.
when you're working out, you tear the muscles.
Now, should NBA, NFL, MLB, UFC, those guys should not be allowed to do it. That is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that because they're competing. You shouldn't be allowed to take an advantage on something. But on the other side of that, all that shit from the 90s with the fucking Sosa and
Mark McGwire.
Barry
and
Bonds.
shit. Well, there's a pitcher, I don't remember who came out and was like, well, yeah, of course they were juicing, but guess what? We were too. Like,
Kurt Schilling, I think.
was it Kurt Schilling?
That whole era, that
He
whole
was like,
decade.
so were we. So we were throwing better because they were hitting better.
Yeah.
So we were also juicing. Everybody was. It wasn't just those guys.
Like you said, because this
Jose
guy's got
Canseco.
arms this big,
Yeah.
he sticks out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Canseco's fucking
But
gross.
the pitcher, no one notices the pitcher. He's a skinny guy that throws the ball.
And the only reason why it became an issue in wrestling was because in certain areas they had to go through the athletic commission.
And they still technically
to be
do
licensed.
some places.
That's because it was classified as a sport.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, so then that's why
Yeah.
Vince turned it. Oh, well, no, we're sports entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. The veil's back, man. Fucking let him take some shit. Who cares?
Let's be fair. Vince probably should have rotted in jail for that
Of
steroid
course.
trial. He probably should have got that.
Yeah.
If that was any one of us, we'd have been rotten.
He probably still has
He
a
had a good
stash
lawyer.
somewhere.
Yeah. What do you think's in that Ico Pro shit?
This weekend is NXT Deadline.
I don't know anything about it. Go ahead. Explain it. Give me
I
the
don't-
fucking
I don't
rundown.
fucking know.
of
It's
the
5
deadline.
guys and 5 girls. Hopefully I get this
Go ahead,
right.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, hold on. 5 guys and 5 girls, not at the same time. 2 different matches.
Oh, that's boring.
2 start. 5 minutes later, another one comes down. 5 minutes later, another one comes down. And you get a point for every pin or submission or DQ, every victory. And at the end of 30 minutes, whatever it is, whoever has the most points.
25 minutes.
There.
So,
25 minutes.
Whoever has the most points gets a title shot. or
so
whatever
it's a
it is.
championship scramble.
Gets a title shot. You don't even become champion.
No
Nope.
belts are on the line.
It's just for a title. shot.
So
contenders.
it's a championship scramble. Remember at
But
Night of
they-
Champions they
No,
used to
it's
do
an
that?
Iron Man match with multiple rounds.
It's the Royal Rumble with 5 guys.
Well, no, but remember at Night of Champions they had a championship
They've
scramble.
done championship scrambles many times.
Yeah, because Brian Kendrick had the belt for like 10 minutes, but they don't count that.
It's not 10 minutes. He was the champion
Brian
for 25
Kendrick
seconds.
is back with WWE
Yeah.
in a producer role.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
That's quietly. though, 'cause
Yeah.
Who else was back that I saw? I thought there was
I saw
somebody else.
Kenny Dykstra.
Is he really?
I saw he came out.
Oh, yeah, he's been there. He's been
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's right.
Billy, or
There's
Road
somebody else-
Dogg's back.
There was
couple
somebody else
people.
that I thought came back with Brian Kendrick, but maybe I'm
I
wrong.
think Jamie Noble said
is going to wrestle his last match in West
In
Virginia
his hometown or
Virginia,
something.
whichever, something like that.
so. Yeah.
It's going to be
And
a
then
house
he'll
show.
actually retire.
Oh.
Yeah,
But this weekend NXT Deadline,
they should bring in Tajiri for it.
I don't really
It's his
know
most notable feud, right?
Yeah.
Nydia.
He did a feud
He
with
feuded
Nydia.
with Nydia.
Yeah, towards the end, weren't they? Like,
What?
He had a feud with Chuck Palumbo over Nydia, wasn't
Did he
it?
really? I don't
no,
know.
him and Nydia had like a blindfold match.
But they didn't really wrestle.
Was that when she got sprayed by Tajiri?
Probably.
Remember, she was
Yeah.
blinded by him. She got the
Yeah.
black mist.
Well, she was supposed to be blind, and then she
mist.
finally saw like what he was doing to her.
I don't really know anything about the NXT pay per view. Sorry, premium live event.
It's actually that and ROH are both on
Yeah,
Saturday.
Final
Same
Battle is
day.
on.
So final battle is at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Which we
On
just
Fight.
found out.
Oh, sorry, on BR. Feature Report.
So that is Jericho against Claudio.
Which I'm not actually a fan of seeing, but it's whatever.
Give it back to Claudio. I don't know.
Did they ever wrestle WWE? I don't remember if they
No.
ever.
No,
probably.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever.
I think Jericho was gone when.
I really don't know. No, because like List, he was there during the List.
Yeah, that's true. What are the other matches for ROH?
The 6 man, we said.
Oh yeah.
embassy.
Dalton Castle and the Boys versus Brian Cage and Gates of Agony.
Yeah.
Is that what it's- Gates
with
of Agony?
Prince Nana as their manager. Like you
Well,
said.
they're the embassy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, it's
You have Joe and
who's Joe wrestling for the TV
Juice
title?
Robinson.
Juice, that's right. Yes,
is it Juice?
I am getting.
I don't
that.
know.
I am buying that paper.
I don't get to watch AEW,
No,
you guys
it is
do.
Juice. It is Juice. Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then you said Briscoes and
Briscoe's an FTR and a dog.
That should be a
That,
good
that was
one.
just announced last night.
Yeah.
Double
for the Ring of
collar.
Honor tag.
Yep, for
Yeah,
double
I guess.
in a double
Yeah,
dog
because
collar
like
match.
FTR has every belt
except AEW.
except AEW. They're a Ring of Honor. New are they New?
Oh,
Japan?
aren't they AAA?
IWGP
I did- oh, yeah,
heavyweight
And
and
Triple A.
Triple
And Triple
A.
A.
Yeah.
Wow.
Belt collectors. Yeah.
I don't know what other matches are there.
Those are the only ones that I know. Those might be the only ones announced so far.
Oh.
They might wait till they. And Garcia and Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
For the
Yeah, pure.
pure champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Again.
girls? No girl? The Ring of Honor doesn't have a
Oh
women's
no!
belt?
Yeah, Athena and Mercedes Martinez for the women's.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I think is Mercedes the champion.
I would hope so
yeah,
because
Mercedes
Athena's
is
not.
the champion.
I didn't know if they crowned one yet or not.
So is this, I'm probably dumb, but is this Athena stuff a work or is this real?
What stuff?
I heard about she got rough with somebody in the ring and
No, she has been being.
she's
sick.
been like
But she's
potatoing
turning heel,
people
too. So I don't know.
and people
Well,
have
and
been
that's what she
complaining
said.
that she's
Like back in the day when she was, before she signed with WWE, she was a heel and like she kind of did this stuff all the time. And if guys do it, they don't never bitch about.
but she's been like being a little rough with people. People were complaining. I don't know if that was a work to build her up as a heel or.
Nobody complains when Sheamus knocks the fuck out of your chest.
That's true.
Or Gunther, that beat you
Yeah.
up for real. Yeah.
The thing that was that big thing when she had that match, I think it was for Dark or whatever, and that girl kind of like missed the spot and she went off on her and like threw her out the ring.
Yeah, I've been reading online. People
very
are,
unsafely and stuff like that. Yeah.
Is no Jay Lethal match or Double J?
I didn't see anything about that. No.
No Sting match.
They might interfere with the tag match.
Speaking of
that they were
Sting.
watching.
Him, Darby, and Muda.
Yeah, that's happening.
The night
Noah?
after Kingdom, I guess.
Yeah,
or
at
night
Noah.
before, whatever.
Pro Wrestling Noah.
Which Darby, I thought it was going to be Sting and Muda one-on-one.
No, God, no, God, no.
looks like both 60-year-old men.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't want to see that at all.
but like, why throw Darby in there?
It's bump machine,
Yeah.
so he can get thrown around, so that Muda and Sting can save him.
Yeah. So, 2022. Go on.
Is coming to
This
an
said
end.
this December 10th. That's not this Saturday.
What's December 10th?
That's just
Yeah,
Saturday.
that's Saturday. Oh, shit.
Today's the ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Are you looking at Final Battle?
Yes.
Yeah, December 10th.
Oh, Swerve in Our Glory.
oh yeah,
I
that's
thought they
right.
broke up.
I thought they broke up too.
Versus
Oh, Shane Taylor and somebody
This will
else.
be the official
JD
breakup.
Griffey.
I
I don't know who those people
I know
are.
Shane Taylor Promotions.
Yeah.
I think this will be the official breakup.
Oh, Dalton Castle's guys are brothers?
That I don't know.
It says Brandon Tate and Brent Tate.
Okay. I don't know.
They're just known as the
The
boys.
boys.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
They are nameless, faceless boys.
There's only 7 matches listed. All the ones we said plus the other one, Swerve in Our Glory.
So it's like an AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah. Not as good. I mean, it'd be good, but where is it at? Do you remember? Is it in
Texas.
New York? Oh, Texas.
Arlington, Texas.
Yeah. It's not really ROH territory. Not to have a big rowdy
That's an
crowd.
East Coast, isn't it?
But it's primarily Northeast, yeah.
Like Philly.
Ring of Honor did that like New Jersey. Although it started out in New Jersey, didn't it?
It's a Philly promotion.
Philly, New York, the tri-state area, yeah.
So 2022, like I said earlier, was a busy year for us. It was a great year for us. We got to meet a ton of new people, including Kevin Kelly, which I don't know if we actually talked about this either, but Outbreak Wrestling is no longer a thing.
It is not. And we have not because you've been away. So.
Been here.
So at the November show, Kevin Kelly came out, made an announcement. Outbreak is no longer the name of this promotion. He announced that the new name will be AXW. AXW
The new
standing
name is the old name.
standing for American Excellence Wrestling. The original AXW was a little different. The X didn't really have a meaning. Now this is American Excellence Wrestling. Kevin Kelly will be a big part of it, alongside Ryan, Vox, and Antonio, Jared, and them. So I am
I was
excited.
going to say, but also a big part of it is their new backstage host. Are you going to
Self-promote.
do a working name or what are you thinking? You got to have a name.
So-
People have to refer to you somehow.
I am
Corey's got to yell stuff at you and he's got to have a name to
fuck
use.
Corey. I am excited to work with Kevin Kelly, and I am going to be a part of the shows, which is new for me. Obviously, doing a podcast, I should be used to that kind of thing, but it was a little nerve-wracking.
Well, everyone said you did well.
I thought you did all right.
So, AXW, there's going to be a ton of big things
Oh my
coming.
God, there's so much happening already.
There's already at least 8 shows announced for 2023. You can find the dates on their Facebook page, Instagram page.
I think it was cool that it got posted on. What were the guys you guys sent me that Kevin Kelly makes a huge announcement that was
Yeah,
everywhere?
It's been everywhere.
It wasn't just a
I
local
mean,
thing. It was
Kevin Kelly, for the longest time, everybody knew Kevin Kelly as the English commentator for New Japan. So now
He's
he's
an ROH too.
yeah. But I mean recently.
Oh, okay.
But Central PA Wrestling will now have somebody like Kevin Kelly, the mind of Kevin Kelly. And I've learned so much from him already, just from the couple months. But there's at least 8 dates: January, February, April, June, September, October, November, and December 2023. So it's going to be a busy year for us. It's going to be a busy year for wrestling in PA.
Yep.
We're honored to be a sponsor of AXW for 2023. With that sponsor, we will also have a new banner presented at every show that we attend, every event that we attend, whether that's toy shows, trivia night, or whatever other wrestling shows we'll go to. So thank you to the sponsors for that as well. Nitro Bar, Say Cheese, and Rise Up Nutrition in West Reading. Great local companies around this area. Thank you to Ryan and Kevin Kelly and Jared for allowing us to be a special part of these events. Also, with 2023, being that 2022 was a busy year for us, that means it's going to be even busier for us. January 7th, AXW presents For the People at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. We are excited to announce that we will be bringing JC Storm for a meet and greet. Our prices are listed on our Facebook page as well as AXW's page. You can pre-order on our website. JC Storm is going to be there. I think there's two other. I don't have my phone on me. My mind's been everywhere.
John
lately.
Schuyler.
John Schuyler. Speaking of John, is he going to be there? Or okay.
Who has just
Yes.
signed with Impact Wrestling.
That's right. So John Schuyler at what was the event?
Here's what you want to look for AXW. The names that you're gonna know in 5 years and go, that guy's really good. They're coming through AXW right now. So they're gonna be the guys that are being spotlighted and picked up by all these big name companies. So before they go to New York or before they go to Florida, come see them in Pennsylvania.
There is a ton of new people coming to AXW, and I'm excited to see what they have. John Schuyler attacked Colby.
Yeah.
I think it was
Carino.
at WrestleCade, West Virginia, or something. So that will be he will be in action January 7th
Against Jay Flyer.
Jay Flyer, yeah, at Colby's request. There's a couple more people that you can meet and greet, new people as well. Again,
And Ricardo will be there.
Ricardo will be there. That is one of them. Ricardo is also doing great things in Pennsylvania. Lancaster, he has a wrestling school called Three Legacies Wrestling. He runs shows. Ricardo, he worked for WWE. He's Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer.
He's no connection to Pennsylvania that I know of. Just chose it. That's great.
Yeah, so he's helping PA wrestling as well.
Yeah. Not from here that I know of or anything.
If you live in PA, it's a great time to be a fan of wrestling. Go to any indie show. I guarantee you.
If you live in New Jersey, it's a good excuse to get out of New Jersey. Or Ohio.
Do you really need an excuse to get out of those places?
I mean, sometimes.
So January 7th, we will have JC Storm with us.
Who has been featured on AEW and Raw.
She was the AAW Women's Champion, the first AAW Women's Champion.
Yep.
She's been on AEW Dark, Raw. She's one of those local females who, unfortunately, in PA, we don't have a lot of.
We don't have a huge female wrestling.
Yeah.
But she's one of those local female wrestlers that if you meet her now, you can say, hey, I met her when she was just, in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
I knew her when.
Yep.
Here's to a great 2023 for wrestling. I'm getting there.
Okay, I was gonna say this isn't the end of the year for us.
No.
Jesus Christ!
For wrestling, 2023 will be a great year.
Did you know? I thought maybe you knew something we didn't.
Also, December 14th, Wednesday,
The fuck is
we will be hosting another trivia night at Nitro Bar in West Reading, Pennsylvania. The first one was a huge success for us, so Adam reached out and wanted us to do another one. So December 14th, by the time this comes out, it'll be the closest Wednesday to you.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's this Wednesday.
December 14th, Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We'll be doing trivia. Before that, though, we'll be doing a live podcast episode at Nitro Bar. We may or may not have the owner of Nitro Bar on our podcast with us.
Whoever's around.
If you're at Nitro Bar, hop on. We don't care. We've done a podcast at a live wrestling show before.
Come tell me how you watched wrestling when it was real.
Not like this stuff nowadays.
Like every flea market old man.
Yeah. When Bruno was there and it was real.
Well, you know Vince owns everything. He really owns all that wrestling.
Yeah, I've heard that too. He owns AEW too.
He owns UFC. You know, those guys work for Vince McMahon too.
December 14th, Wrestling Trivia. We'll be doing a live podcast episode from Nitro Bar. If you're in the area, stop by. It's a fun time, honestly. We'll have a couple prizes for you. Enjoy some food and drinks. Mark, one of the bartenders there, came up with a special drink for Wrestling Trivia Night. It's called the Flying Elbow Drop. Ooh, yeah. Macho Man. It is pink and yellow of color. Hues, like layered.
Okay. I don't like layered drinks because I always mix them, which defeats the purpose. But
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. The first one he made was really good. That was Falls Count Anywhere.
I play with my straw, so I mix it, and then I'm like, oh, there goes the layered drink.
At Wrestling Trivia, we will have our brand new banner.
Yeah. The debut.
We will also have our belt.
Unveiling.
So if you're there, you can come take a picture with the banner, with the belt, with us. Fuck it, with the owner. I don't know.
With the skeleton dog?
Yeah. They have the elf on the shelf as well.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Nitro Bar is a great time. I love the vibe of that place. I've been going there a lot more recently for dinner too. Great food. Am I missing anything?
Yeah. So Josh Jacobs is fucking amazing.
Fantasy football.
I picked him up in the 7th round. I'm amazing. How do I have CMC and Josh Jacobs and Burrows? And I am the greatest.
And he's still playing. Jared and I have off this week.
They have a bye, and it's not because they're in first or second place.
This guy doesn't even watch football.
I'm in first place in the losers bracket.
Yeah, you are.
Because I came in 7th.
You are the first loser.
That's right.
Yes.
First one to miss playoffs.
If I would have, so I played the second place guy. If I would have beat him by a little bit more, I would have jumped ahead of him.
I had a win to get in.
We had a tie record, but he had more points than me. But I beat him last week, so I should have jumped ahead of him. But it goes by points. So if I would have beat him by more points, it would have been.
Oh, also.
Thank God. What's that kid? Kamara, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he didn't do very hot because that could have hurt me. I mean, I actually wouldn't have. It would have hurt. I guess I wouldn't have traded. I wouldn't have moved at all. I just still would have been in third. I didn't need last week's win. Darn.
Must be nice.
So December 14th is trivia. That's a Wednesday. December 17th, Saturday, in Philadelphia, PA, at the 2300 Arena is Icons of Wrestling, the convention. It is heavy with ECW talent. It is it's a kind of like a reunion to ECW. RVD, I believe Shane Douglas, Orange Cassidy for some reason.
Bully
He's not
Ray.
ECW, but the Dudley Boys together.
So, but did you see that the Battleground show is sold out because they're having Bully Ray versus Matt Cardona
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the ECW
Cardona
arena?
will be there as well for the convention.
Well, the matches they had last year sucked.
They were not.
That what Bully Ray versus Jerry Lawler or whatever it was
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
And was it Gangrel versus Kevin Thorne? Ugh,
Yeah,
they were bad.
I mean, we get why.
Yeah.
But I think they learned, and now they're booking a real card.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Cardona
But-
versus Bubba is pretty cool.
It's an ECW heavy convention.
This one with Ultimate Dragon.
That was last.
the last one,
Last-
oh.
Yeah, that was the summer one.
So we were there one time.
With TJ.
That's when we brought TJ in, and we didn't really get a chance to actually take a look at everything around us because we were working.
There was a lot of people.
It was crowded. I am really hoping I get the chance to go meet Cardona, meet the Dudleys. You know,
RVD. Yeah.
I keep saying I want to go as a fan, and I never do.
Yeah.
But being that I wish I was around for ECW, this would be the one to go to. I like Cardona. I liked the Dudleys. I liked RVD. So, December 14th in West Reading at Nitro Bar, Wrestling Trivia, with a live podcast episode beforehand. December 17th in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena, the ECW Arena, is Icons of Wrestling Convention. January 7th, AXW for the People at the Hamburg Fieldhouse in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. We're a proud sponsor of AXW. Get to work with Kevin Kelly. We want to thank everybody who sponsored us and who is a part of this podcast in some way, shape, or form. We've seen all of the success.
That's funny. You say that now, but you didn't say that on your Facebook post. We'll talk after.
This podcast has grown, so yeah.
Yeah, we
Thank you to
appreciate
everybody.
all of the feedback, the views, the listens, the eyes on the product. It means a lot to us. We're growing. We've been doing this for a while now, and it shows that it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you to everybody.
And I can't wait to see Corey slap you in the face.
Wow. That got dark.
We'll see you next time.
Later.